Good evening, and thank you for tuning in. This is Behind the Scenes with Al Alvarez. That's me. I'm sitting here with Mr. Preston Walden. He is a local filmmaker, writer, producer, director. Say hi, Preston.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right.
Good.
Hey, we're glad that you tuned in, and we're going to be talking independent film, and you know, for some of you that are tuning in from other states like Alaska and the Philippines. Wait, the Philippines is a state. Puerto Rico.
I've heard you're really big in the Philippines.
Oh yeah. That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Because they're not that tall.
The 53rd state.
Yes.
I think. Yeah. We'll just
but I'm pretty tall for a Filipino, you know. But anyway, so we're gonna get right into it. We were talking last week about the Gasparilla Film Festival. It went on for 4 days, and it was a blast. I hope that a lot of you made it down there. I had the opportunity to meet some of the celebrities there, as well as some local filmmakers, and guess what? A couple of big investors, too. So it's a real good opportunity for you to go to these film festivals.
Yes.
You know this.
Oh, yeah.
And shake hands. Go with a fistful of cards. If you're not out there with cards, you're failing in networking. I'll tell you that, and that's a fact. You know, if you're an actor and you're taking headshots to something like this, you may just want to take a card with your headshot on the card, because if there's a casting agent or someone that may like your look, they're going to get tired of carrying that big 8x10 around all day, and it's going to land up under a seat somewhere. So have some cards made, do it right, and you won't be sorry you did. So, Preston,
yes,
I've known you for a while now. I know that you have your own production company.
Right.
Okay, and it's called Domain?
Yeah, Domain Pictures.
Okay, Domain Pictures.
Right.
How did that come about? I mean, how long has that been in existence?
It started in 2007.
Okay.
And actually, my first project wasn't a short, it wasn't like a 6-minute little thing.
Right.
It was a feature.
Wow.
I mean, I went for the
gusto,
wall.
huh?
Yeah, exactly. And 3 years, and we almost had a $2.5 million picture. And then the economy went the way of the dodo, and so did the investors.
So did my real estate career.
Yeah, so I mean, but you know, 3 years for someone who's brand new, and of course I had a lot of help as well, and worked every single day. Had some victories, had many disappointments, but you know something, I wouldn't change it at all.
Yeah, and I'll bet you learned a lot along the way.
Oh my gosh!
And and there, you know, the Tampa Bay area it's a good community.
Yes,
it really is. We have a lot of community partners, and I use that term a lot. And there's a reason for it. It's because it's true. You know, there are always a couple of people with such a big ego that they don't want to share their talent or share their time or help in any way. But for the most part, everyone's pretty helpful. You know, they really are. As long as you've got a good project and you've got you've built a good reputation. I have built a good reputation.
Yes.
Chris the Wild Man Wiles out there has built a good reputation. Our production tech. You know, so I mean, when you run with big dogs, you know, you do good things.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is that it doesn't matter if it's a small project, a big project, what have you. The more you do, and the more you get into this business, you know who you want to, you know, work with. You know, you know who you want to not to work with.
Sure.
You know, and the thing is that you do build up friendships. You do build up, and the whole thing is that be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not, because we're entertainers. We make believe for a living. We can catch when you're not truthful.
That's right.
You know, and you do get a reputation just like that. It's a small community.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people I've met that know someone else that knows someone else that. You know, so
and especially in a film, you have a crew, you've got a cast showing up, and if one of the key figures doesn't come to the set that particular day, you've got to shoot around them. You've got to change your whole schedule, and that may be someone you don't want to work with again.
Right.
You know, but if they're consistently on time, if they're not disruptive on the set, if they kind of know what's coming next, and they hand you something you need before you need it.
Right.
They know the business.
Yeah.
And it's someone that you're gonna ask back.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been known to do one-on-one interviews a lot. The reason why is not because I want to see how talented you are. I want to see what kind of person you are.
Sure.
And it may take a lot longer than just your regular coming in and doing that. But I've dealt with people who are prima donnas. I've dealt with people who just do not listen to you, and and there's no time for that.
Right.
And here's another thing too. When you say not showing up on set, whatever. Now, if someone calls me and says, "Look, something emergency happened" or something like that, no problem. At least you told me.
And and you know what to expect rather than sitting there with your cast and crew, not
And anyone who knows me knows I like conversation, and I'm the easiest person to come to. At least I think I am.
Yeah, speaking of conversation, will you give me a chance to talk here? No, I'm just.
No. This is all about me, Al.
I'm just teasing you. But Domain Pictures. Okay,
Yeah,
let's get back to that.
Yes.
A beautiful
Lost.
Beautiful Lost.
The Beautiful Lost.
The Beautiful Lost. Okay, did you write this? Okay, so you wrote it.
Right.
And this is a feature.
It's a short.
Okay.
It's a short.
Okay.
It's about a 15-minute short. Should be being edited this week.
And is it going to be, are you going to go to film festivals with it?
Actually, most definitely. This is actually the kind of film that will actually, I believe, knock on wood, do really well in Film Fest.
Good.
Because of the kind of genre and the kind of feel that it has.
So when you submit something to a film fest and it does well, let's say if there's a sponsor or an investor in the audience, or an industry executive,
right?
You might get tapped and asked to come in to talk about pursuing that as a major project.
Exactly.
And that's the whole idea of submitting something to a film festival, right?
Exactly. But the thing is, you have to be knowledgeable of what film fest you are taking it to.
Ah, okay.
Because you can I've known people just to submit it to any old film fest, and there's film fest out there that will not do you a world of good, even though you've been seen. No one's going to get excited that you went to the Little Rock, Arkansas Film Fest.
Okay.
Sorry for anyone who's from Little Rock. This is putting
Sorry,
something.
Mr. Clinton.
Yes.
Okay.
But like for instance, when this is done, I'm immediately submitting it to the LA Shorts Film Fest.
Okay, good.
And then just if you're a filmmaker, okay, you need to look and investigate, and it takes a long time to get through all the film fest. Pick the right ones that you feel that your project could actually succeed, because you have to know what you have. You have to know what you have. If you, like for instance, a baby, I could compare it to a baby. Every mother thinks that their baby is the cutest thing in the entire world, even though that there's a face on the nose.
Sure.
Or it could be just like a chud. For those who were born in the 80s know that. But it's the thing, you have to know what you have.
Yeah.
You have,
So once you get through post-production, I mean, you've got to remember that you've still got to market.
Oh yeah.
And so the business of the film isn't over just because the edit is finished and you've premiered it at your local theater.
Right.
Now it's time to market it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, The Gray Room.
Yes.
Okay. Another short?
That was a short, but I don't like calling it a short.
Okay.
It's a 20-minute film. It's a prologue.
Okay.
I treat it as such. It's different. It's different than your regular shorts out there.
So because you're going to shop it to see if you can get financing for a feature?
I did some Film Fest with it. I premiered it last July. Had a really good turnout last summer, and it's been making the rounds. and I plan to actually show it again. This time, probably in the near future, but you know something? And I haven't told anyone this.
I'm
It's
ready.
the first time.
I'm ready.
I'm going to show it in a local theater and not charge anybody.
Wow.
Yeah. Last time it was like $5 to not whatever, you know.
Mhm.
It's going to be totally free. The reason
Well,
why
I'll tell you what, I'll be there in that case. I might even buy some popcorn.
I'm sure they will enjoy it, wherever we go.
Absolutely.
But it is about marketing, and it's it was last year, but like I said, it's a prologue, and it's a continuation. It's going to be a continuation to a much bigger universe.
Great. Now, do we have a reel on that?
Yeah, I have I have the teaser for
Okay.
it. Yes.
Well, why don't we go ahead and cue that up and take a look. Who's starting that?
Who's starting this? Amanda Powell, John O'Keefe.
Okay. Oh, I know John. Sure.
Leon Salem had a little. Yeah, he did the music, but he
Yeah,
had a little
that's
part in there. Morgan Middlebrook,
Mhm.
Anna Mayworm, and the cast of
Do you act
thousands.
also?
I acted for about a good 15 or so years.
Okay.
And I decided I love to also on the other hand,
Yeah.
on the other side of the camera, so that's where I am right now.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting here today, but I also found myself getting involved behind the scenes,
Yeah.
as the show is called,
Mhm.
and I really enjoy it being a part of the mechanics of making things work.
Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting.
Yeah,
Why
it's
don't we
fun.
go ahead and take a look at that clip now from the gray room? Let's count it down: 3, 2, 1, and thank you.
Just relax, pull it together.
That's kind of a chilling scene there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let me tell you, Amanda Powell is an unbelievable actress. I mean, she did such an amazing job. But also, everyone actually did an amazing job. And let me tell you something. As a director, like the DP, Brandon Hyde. A lot of people know who Brandon
Sure.
Hyde is. Terrific DP, but just not him. Everyone who worked on this knew what they had to do, worked in sync, so I could concentrate on the actors.
well, that's good producing because
Yeah.
you got a good crew together and also cast it properly.
It was, and some of it actually also was from Brandon. That he knew a couple people, and I trusted,
And,
so
and the soundtrack, that was
Leon.
Leon Salem?
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was kind of scary there, Leon. But you're kind of a scary guy. But now you did the Gray Room, and now you have the Gray Room Chronicles. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now you're telling me that's going to be more episodic.
No, actually, no. This is actually going to be a feature.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Actually, Beautiful Lost is going to be more.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But the Gray Room Chronicles. This actually, like I said, Gray Room was, like I said, a prologue to a much bigger story.
Right.
In a nutshell, I wrote the feature for Gray Room last year. A partner of mine, Stephen Miller, went out to AFM, that's American Film Market, out in Santa Monica.
Mhm.
It's not a film festival. It's a wheeling and dealing of sorts.
Right. You go in and pitch distributors and
Yes.
right.
Yeah. And basically, they of course they're not reading the script, but they love the premise. We did get a letter of intention of international distribution from a certain company, and also a certain offer. The thing is, it was a little less than we, so that's okay.
So by the premise, do you mean they read the treatment to the script? Or?
Yeah. What you do, you get like an investment package.
Okay.
You don't make it huge. Don't make it big.
Kind of like a business plan?
Not the business plan. The investment packet would be different. It's just, and I come in layman's terms. It's very easy to read. You have your the photos of the cast,
Okay.
tagline, budget. Just very little. Enough for them to just kind of go through, because they're seeing a whole lot of
Sure.
people, and you're on a time limit.
Yeah, so you got to get their interest right away.
Exactly, and they don't want to go through page after
Right.
page. So, and that doesn't impress them actually. What impresses them is your speech. Your pitch, I should say, of what this is about. They'll ask you questions, and if you can answer them just like that, you know what you're talking about.
Sure.
And just go in and have them believe that you believe that this could be the biggest film of the year, and they would be an idiot not to even think about it.
Well, I mean, you have a letter of intent, right, for distribution?
Yes.
Well, somebody
yes.
thought it was worth it. So
Yeah, but
now, can you shop? I mean, once you have a letter of intent, can you take that letter and kind of shop it to other distributors? Well, so and so wants it. Maybe you should take another look.
Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're. If it's a small production company, you're not going to go to Warner Brothers and say, "Hey, they like it."
Yeah, that's true.
They'll be like,
Yeah. So what? Yeah. Yeah.
But then speed up to the present time.
Mhm.
I teach an acting class,
Mhm.
the Actors Workshop of Tampa Bay.
So you're a coach, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Good.
And I have about 20 students now,
Oh, great.
and they're all absolutely wonderful. We have a great time, and I told them, I said, if you're in class, I will write a film, and you will be in that film. It's part of the learning.
That's offering not just the coaching and the education, but also the practical experience that goes along with
That's
it.
how I learned, and I think that, you could teach or you can do whatever until you're blue in the face and do it over and over again in a classroom, but until you actually are on set and
Sure.
actually did it. But so I was writing a script, and by page 60, I was like, I don't like this. So I erased it.
The whole thing.
I've done it before. And
So you're well practiced at it.
yeah, it doesn't faze me anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
If I think about it, I won't do it. But
So was that the first run at the Gray Room?
actually, that's not the script that was sent out to Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
I thought, because this is such a huge story
Mhm.
that I thought it needed more. So I began to write, and I also got to thinking about the whole series and how am I going to put Gray Room in all this. And I thought, what about the Gray Room Chronicles, and then title each film, separately, differently.
So the first one is
The first one is called I Am Sin, S-I-N.
okay,
Sin.
and that starts shooting. When? Or
Late-
have you started?
No, I am in pretty much the middle of pre-production
Okay.
right now. I start pre-production really early.
So the middle of pre-production would put you at the casting stage, the crewing stage,
Well, actually, that's
locations.
Well, actually, I did it differently.
Okay.
When you write a script,
Mhm.
you write the characters, and then you go find the actors. Well, I already had the actors, so I had to find the characters for the actors, which
Right.
made it very, very challenging. And because word got out that basically I'm doing this, I went from like 5 students to like 20. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, cameo.
You might have
You
a
know?
21 next week. I'll tell you. It sounds good to me.
But I once I did that, I said, okay, I already have
Mm-hmm.
I already have the actors, and now it's been like every week. I do have several people that are not in the class that
Mm-hmm.
I had to go and look for. The main antagonist is a sin demon,
Okay.
hence I Am Sin. The sin demon is going to be played by a local wrestler. Okay, he actually did it for WWE.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot of local wrestlers
He's 7
from
foot.
WWE. Yeah.
He's 7 foot tall, and nicest guy you ever want to meet. And but fit the part. As soon as I saw that, I was like, because I accidentally met his girlfriend. She was in a shop. I was actually there for another project that I'm
Right.
going to do after I Am Sin. It's based on Audrey Hepburn.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going in there in this jewelry shop, and then got to talking. She goes, "Yeah, my boyfriend, he wrestles," and she gave me his. She showed me. And I'm like,
I think I may know who it is.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not. He's not in the legal field, is he?
"No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no."
Okay. Now we do have another clip, don't we?
We have another clip. This is actually the first one I went for back in 2007.
Okay.
And I made a recent announcement that I'm actually going back to this next year. I actually had named actors, from Hollywood,
Right.
attached to this letter of intent, attached to this, and so everyone really loved this. I mean, it was so humble. I mean, it was like it was my first script, and it was like everyone was like liking this thing, and it was so awesome. But you'll see the title. It was originally Wrong Way, but everyone kept saying Wrong Turn,
Okay.
and that's already a movie. I'm like,
I thought so. With no, not
no,
Keanu
Wrong
Reeves.
Turn is like cannibals and stuff.
Oh,
And so this is actually called Solemn now. Solemn. So, but when I made this, it was Wrong Way.
okay.
But
Can we take a look at that?
oh yeah, good.
Okay. Why don't we? Come on, Wild Man. Let's 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
In 1957, the small town of Solemn, Georgia, met the all too familiar fate that plagued so many towns of its generation. After losing the spine of its economy, bankruptcy ensued, and the town withered and died. This empty shell of a town has long since been forgotten. Until now.
Years later.
I love it. I love it. Repeat that.
Coming soon, 5 years later.
Yeah. And now called Solemn.
Solemn,
Yeah.
yes.
So
And it's actually not what, I mean, I did that premise. I mean, I
Right.
did the whole short there to get the attention, but it's actually, that's only a small part of the whole film. It's actually more of a kind of a thriller, if you will, than more than that. We just, grab someone's attention.
Well,
so.
the trailer definitely does. I mean,
Thank-
it's kind of mesmerizing. Actually, I like it. And
Thank
the,
you.
at the end, the blood drops and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. I wish I were more creative and I was trained for special effects or at least makeup, because
Yeah.
I find it fascinating. I really do.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, if you want a great, fantastic, talented makeup artist, Casey Lucas.
There you
Casey
go.
Lucas, she's going to be on here, and she is absolutely phenomenal. She's out of Orlando.
Okay, great. Well, I tell you what, Preston, we're kind of wrapping up time over here.
Wow, that was
So
fast.
yeah, I know it goes quickly, especially when we have a guest so well spoken as yourself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And you're so experienced, and you've got material out there, and you're active, and that's why I wanted you to come on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
So I just want to mention a couple of things that are coming up. We have the Talkie Awards. The Talkie Awards is a celebration of folks have online shows, whether it's radio broadcasting or TV broadcasting like we have here, and it's going to be at the Tampa Picture Show in North Dale Mabry, just south of Bears, which is also Ehrlich. They changed names at Dale Mabry. But it's a fantastic place. Just go to thetalkieawards.com and you can purchase tickets there. It's going to be a great evening. It's a black tie affair. It's going to be a great celebration, and that is April the 4th. It's coming up very quickly. The Sunscreen Film Festival, May the 1st through the 4th. And they have this is the second year they have it in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is going to be October the 10th through the 12th. And of course, Tony Armour is heading that up. Also, the Florida Film Industry Expo, that's going to be on August the 2nd. Our good friends from 1-2 Punch Productions launched that last year. And they're announcing a lot of really great speakers, and you don't want to miss that either. So from Tampa Bay, it's Preston Walden and Al Alvarez saying, thank you for watching Behind the Scenes, and that's a wrap.